Hello everyone, my name is Ravindra and I welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are seeing the grid container control in the Power Apps. By using grid container, we can arrange our child elements according to our needs. So here you can see in this image, this entire thing we are created by using grid control container. So previously if I want to create this, so I want to mix up horizontal as well as vertical container. By using that, I need to create this. So if I go to the Power Apps and if I showcase you, so this is single grid container I have used here. Okay, and if I change the size of this one, okay, so you can see it's automatically taking the size of each component is changing. So in this video we are creating this structure, okay, header, footer, sidebar, content 1, content 2, and also learning the properties of the grid container in this video. So let's we go to the new screen, and to use the grid control currently it is in the preview feature. So if you want to use for the learning purpose, you need to use the authoring versions more than 7 point above. Okay, so I'm using the point 11. So you can change if you are using the below versions. So now let's we go and add here first grid container. Let's say increase the size of this to the full screen. You can use parent dot width, parent dot height, so it will take the entire width as well. So let's we do that. And let's add the buttons here, okay, to create that type of design. So first we need to understand, okay, so how many columns it is. Okay, so if you see one, two, in our structure we have only three columns here. Okay, but if you use the three column, so it will eventually paste. Okay, so in the grid control, if I let's add the three buttons here, two, and here it is three. And now just going to the container 2 and column size I changing to the 3. So if you see in the grid container, if you not specify anything, so it will take event pace in the column wise. So all our three columns are eventually pace. So we have to think according to our structure. So we for to create this type of structure, we can create 10 or 9 columns. Okay, so for now we are create take a 10. Okay, so our first button should take the entire height. Okay, and also row should we do the 10. So we have 10 by 10, a complete square. Let's rename this button to the header, and column start should be 1 and end should be 10 plus 1. Okay, 11. And let's rename this to the header. Now same thing we have to do for the footer as well. So we will go rename this button to the footer, footer 1. So we rename, so start row should be 11th. Okay, 11th is going down, so 10, and the end column should be 11th. Okay, end we not need to specify, then it's okay. End column we need to specify it to the 11, and start column should be 1. So we have the footer in the page. Now we need to align this side navigation. So let's we rename this to the side bar, and the row we need to keep it as the 9. Row start should be 2 and ending is the 9. Okay, ending row should be 10. So we need to play with this container. Okay, according to the square we have to think and we have to change. Okay, so in the we have the sidebar now. Okay, so up, if you are watching this video up to this, okay, so now you are understanding we can place each component. Okay, we can specify the row, then the starting ending column, starting row, and starting ending row column. So these four properties we have inside the um, buttons if you are using inside the grid container, and the grid container having the property gap, column, and rows only. Other is same according to our normal container. Now we have to paste one bigger container and two smaller containers. So let's we add one more button. Okay, so now we have content one button. So I will create 5 more button, just copy and pasting it. So let's I rename this to the content 2. Here as well content 2 and others as well. So our content 1 should start from the column 2 and end on the column 11, means on the 10. So we will give 11, and row should be 2 and the ending row should be 5. So 50% it should take. So now similarly we have to give the row start 5 and ending should be 9, not 9, it should be 8. So this we need to make little bit smaller. Okay, so in row we will make it 4, and then we reduce the start row as well 4, and this is also 4, and similarly we will change the ending row as well from 8 to 7, so it should eventually pace. Similarly for the this one, okay, row is 7 and the ending row should be 10. Similarly here, start row is the 7 and ending row is the 10. Okay, now we will increase the column. Okay, so it is starting from 2 and ending from the 6, and from this is 6 to 11. Similarly we will do for this as well. Okay, 2 to 6 to 6, and this one should be 6 to 11. So in this way we are created the same structure. If you want to increase something, okay, if you see, if I increase this 5, so it will be overlap as well. Okay, you can see it is overlapping, so I cannot use the 4.5 values like this. Okay,